Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be testing out the Conceal and Hydrate foundation and concealer. As you can see, it's already on my face. I just want to show one thing that I didn't show in the video, which is the size. So they both hold 23 mils, but the Conceal and Define, it's more rose gold, is a little bit shorter, and I think that's to do with the applicators, because this has a pump, whereas the Conceal and Define has a doe foot which you just pull out. So I think, even though there's a size difference, they hold the same amount of product and they're the same price. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then stay tuned, because I am going to be doing some like check-ins later on as well to let you know how this holds up on my skin. So because I'm filming another video on this eye look, I already have my eye done, but I am gonna go in with the Conceal and Hydrate in F8. Like I said, this said it's medium to full coverage, and it is cruelty free and vegan with 23 mils in this. This cost me £10, and I'm a big fan of the Conceal and Define, so I thought let's try the Conceal and Hydrate. So it has a pump, whereas the Conceal and Define has a doe foot. I like the doe foot better, but let's just try the pump and see. Well, it's just a pump, isn't it? I have already primed my skin with this Tasty Peach mattifying spray, just because I wanted something a little bit hydrating, not too much, but a little bit mattifying. So this does kind of have like that sticky texture to it, so I thought that would be brilliant. So yeah, let's go in with this. It's quite a thick formula, so I'm going to do half with a brush and half with a beauty blender. This is the PC19 by Peaches and Cream. I just want to see the difference in coverage on both sides. Already you can tell it's very luminous, very hydrating, but it is smoothed out on my skin really nicely, and I would say that's full coverage. I feel like it's giving me the same coverage that the Conceal and Define gives me, just not as hydrating. Like, you can definitely tell that there's more luminosity to this foundation. So to me, both sides look exactly the same. Like, I'm looking in my mirror over here, I can't see any difference. They both got the same amount of luminosity. It literally just feels like the Conceal and Define, the exact same, just with a bit more hydration. So now I have the concealer in C4. I usually do C5, but I feel like that's just not as brightening as I wanted it to be, so I went down a shade, and that's much better for me. Again, this is really thick like the Conceal and Define, but again with just that bit more hydration in it. So I'm going to use a beauty blender. I feel like this is just so much better at blending out concealer. Looks really nice. Again, a bit more luminosity to it, but feels exactly like the Conceal and Define. Just want to add a bit here, here. I'm not going to do my nose because I feel like concealer just separates on my nose. See, I have combination to oily skin, and I feel like I could get away with this. Like, it wouldn't slide around as much. So I am going to set it, and I'm going to use the Pro CC translucent powder, and I have translucent. I just said that, didn't I? Silly me. Let's do under my eyes first. It's creased as much as a normal concealer would crease under my eyes, because I do get a lot of creasing anyway. And everything, I feel like I like this a bit better than Conceal and Define, which is crazy. So I'm going to go in with the Sculpting Bronzer from the Revolution Pro range and Cacao. It just looks like this. It does have that weird, I don't know what happened to it, but it works perfectly fine. My skin feels so good. There's like a little bit of luminosity on my forehead, but it's matte. I'm loving this. Let's take my all-time favourite blush at the moment in this Roxy palette, just this shade here. I feel so luminous. Let's use this, what is it called? Golden Rose highlight. This highlight is insane. My skin looks flawless, so I'm gonna put a lip on. I'm not sure. Use my trusty old pen as usual. Then I'm gonna use this lip gloss in Phobia by XX Revolution. This is such a good gloss, like so good. I bought 4 of the new shimmer glosses and I feel like I'm gonna put this one. It will really match the eyes. It's got like some peachy duochrome to it with like pink. So let's put that over. I'm like putting a gloss over a gloss, and I'm like feeling extra glossy. Okay, so this is the finished look with my eyebrows and mascara on. I am really impressed with the foundation. It is a bit more luminous than the Conceal and Define, but it should be because it's Conceal and Hydrate. But for someone with combination oily skin, I like it. I am going to be doing check-ins. At the moment the time is 1:01, so I have been filming this for ages. This foundation has probably been on my skin already an hour, so I'll do some check-ins and then let you know whether I would recommend it. But so far I am recommending this foundation. Let's just check how the longevity of this foundation lasts. Okay, so this foundation has been on my face for about 4 hours now and it looks really good. It's gone a bit more oily in certain areas like here and there, but like it's melting into my skin just like the Conceal and Define does, just a little bit more glowy. But I love this foundation. It's giving me a really healthy glow. It's not creasing under my eyes. It looks really good. I must admit it's showing off a bit more of my texture than the Conceal and Define does, but other than that it looks really good. And now I'm going to show you a clip in natural sunlight so that you get a better overview of what I feel this foundation looks like. Okay, so this is the foundation in natural sunlight. As you can see, like I said, it's picking up more of my texture. I don't know if my skin's just looking a little bit more bad than it has done in the past, but it's a really good foundation. So it's just past 9 and I haven't touched up or anything, so this is how it's sitting on my skin. This is how the Conceal and Define would sit on my skin after about 9 hours, so I'm really impressed with it. It's really cheap, and for a luminous foundation, for someone with oily skin, I'd highly recommend it. Like, it hasn't separated at all. I'm just really impressed. I haven't even like blotted it down or added more makeup. This is just how naturally it would look. I'm really happy with this foundation and would highly recommend it to anybody. And I will see you next time for some more testing videos. Bye guys.